Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Nao Nails. In this video we are going to do a mermaid tail nail. Now this is something I've wanted to do for over a year. Alicia, my daughter, said to me, I think you should do a mermaid tail on a nail. And I was like, well, I've kind of done that. And she was like, no, like coming out from the nail. And I was like, okay. And then since then, other people have done it. So I'm going to do you my version of it. So I have my tip. So if you're doing this on a natural nail or an acrylic extension, you would need to file it into a nice stiletto. So that's what I've done. This is what we're going to put the actual, what are they called? Fins, that's the one. We're going to put the fins on that. So I've got backing paper from a sculpting form. I need to do it the colour you can see, don't I?
Ideally,
That's what I was thinking about.
I was just looking at the. I was thinking you're going to do this in clear, aren't you?
I was. We'll do it in perfect blush.
Okay.
For camera's sake. For Adam's sake, really. You could do this in any colour.
Well, it's not for my sake, it's for the viewers' sake, I suppose.
Well, yes it is. Yes it is. So everybody can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, contrast.
Yeah, bit of contrast. You can do it in any colour because what we're going to do is actually cover this in the colours that we're going to use. So you're going to pick up your bead. Place that down. Clean your brush. Let that do its thing. Can you see how it's settling? Now there are many different shapes you can do with these tails. Because mermaids have different shaped tails, you know. Did you know that, Adam?
No.
And they all mean different things.
What? So something that's not real means all different things.
I've just made that up.
It's. I think your mermaid colour hair has gone into your brain.
Yeah. Well, I think they could possibly be real. And no, I've not seen one. You know, like the whole unicorn thing. But I do think there is a big possibility that mermaids are real. Real. Just like unicorns. I've especially wore my Call Me On My Shell Phone top for this. For this little design. While that's setting, what I'm going to do is draw around the outside of it with a pencil. Don't worry about the actual pencil line. You want to be able to see this score. So that indentation that I'm making.
Ah, is that so you can get the same shape on the other one?
Yeah.
How clever.
So I'm just going to peel this off now it's set enough. Look at that. I like the fact that it's got a bit of a curl. So we have the shape for the other one, but what I'm going to do is fold this in half and go over that again. By doing that, I can now see here, can you see the scores of the shape? So I have a shape to work with. If you really want to see it, you can go over with your pencil if you need that little bit of a guide. So we're just going to repeat that process that we've just done. I mean, how cool is that? It's so cool. Don't get me wrong, not very wearable, but who cares? It's really cool. So we're just perfecting this outer edge. Not that there's a great deal to do, to be honest. Now we have our pieces. What you're going to do is flip them over and use the smooth side that was attached to the foam. And that's how it's going to go on. So what we're going to do now is secure this on. I'm going to glue it on first. So I'm going to use the brush on glue. Just run that down the side. Just hold that. Add a little bit more glue. Do the same on the other side. It's coming together nicely. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on Urban Graffiti top coat. Now I'm just going to put this on to the wings, slightly over, kind of masking that gap. Make sure you cap the edges, so what that'll do, it'll smooth the edges out. Right, I'm going to turn this over now and do the same on this side. And what it'll do, it'll really seal those fins to the nail. Right, I'm just going to smooth that off. And then pop it in the lamp. Now what we're going to do is use Mega Gloss. You can use the Urban Graffiti top coat if you want to, but the Mega Gloss is just a little bit thicker. The viscosity of Mega Gloss is thicker. With a detailing brush. And we're going to add the, what would you call these?
Skeleton.
No, they're like lines. Like they're webbed, sort of. Like a, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought they were scales.
No, man. You haven't met a mermaid, have you?
No.
No, they're not scales.
Right.
And you're sort of framing this fin, connect it here, and what that'll also do is allow you to go into it, touch it and drag out. So you're going to go into that wet and drag up. Cure that. Same on the other side. Cure that one. What I'm going to do is go over that again just to make it slightly more raised. I'm not going around the outside, I'm just going over the lines. Cure that. Same on the other side. Now we've done that, what I'm going to do is add the Urban Graffiti top coat down the centre, so you're covering all the nail. So it all kind of blends into one. I'll cure that. Right, so what we're going to use now is the metallics. Oh my god, I love this stuff so much. This is life. So we have the purple, which is that one. And it's the blue. And then we have the pink. That should be an M. It says the wrong sticker on. So it should be an M.
Correct.
Yeah. And then this one. I'm going to create a gradient coming down. And I'm going to start here because I want to get it really super neat. Gonna start with the pale one. So just in the centre I wanted it a minute. It's a good idea to get a little gel brush out just so you can be a bit more precise. Then I'm going to use the blue, blend that down. Clean your brush in between with the gel residue wipe off solution. Purple. Ah! I've just done what I tell people not to do.
Ah, but look. That looks like a mermaid's tail.
Oh my god. I'm now absolutely covered in... I hate cleaning. I'm not even going to do it until I've finished it. It's pointless because I'll probably do it again. So yeah, I always say be really careful with the metallics because you don't want to knock them over because they will just run out because they're so fluid-like.
Hey, at least half your nails already done though.
Oh, look at that nice little pattern there. So I'm going to repeat what I've done.
And that one looks like a seagull. There.
Oh my god.
If you draw some lines between... yeah, there you go. We've got a flock of seagulls.
Heavy cloud. We just need that to dry. So I'm going to pop it in the lamp to speed it up to dry. Second coat. I'm just going to let them touch on the second coat so they will kind of melt together. And we're going to help them to melt together with the brush by tapping. And then we're going to get the pink. Same again. Right, so we have that there, and then what we're going to do next is get the purple. And then we're going to use the pink. And the palest colour on the end. Love it. Right, we're going to do the same on the side. Now you need to let that settle and dry. So we'll pop it in the lamp to encourage it to dry. Right, what we're going to do now that's dry is I'm going to coat this with the Urban Graffiti top coat to seal that in. And I'm also going to coat the tail. So the next stage, what we're going to do, because we're going to use the Urban Graffiti Aquagel, we're going to apply the Urban Graffiti base coat. So this requires a base coat for better adhesion. So we're just putting it onto that sort of body part of the mermaid's tail. I was calling them legs earlier, but they don't have any legs. Right, so we have the base coat. Now we're going to use the polygel. You'll need a dish with some gel residue wipe-off solution in it. So you can clean your brush and use that to move around the Urban Graffiti Aquagel. I'm going to use my cuticle pusher to scrape off, roll that onto the nail. Now this stuff is not going to move anywhere until you tell it. So now I'm going, yes, I'm going to boss you about and I'm going to pat and press you where I want you. I'm doing a thin layer of this product. If it sticks to your brush like that did, it's because you need to clean your brush. This is my new and favourite way to adhere anything to the nail. Any artwork, whether it's embellishments, you know, crystals, any kind of metal pieces. This is my new favourite way. It's so strong. You know, Andrea's still got every single stone on.
Really? What, from 2 weeks ago?
Every single stone. From doing it this way. And she's a busy lady. So I think that's pretty cool. So we have a nice even layer of product. Now we're going to use the Urban Graffiti top coat. We're going to go straight over the top. You're not going to cure that Aquagel. You're going to keep that out of the lamp and go over with your top coat. And then we're going to use the tiny, tiny, tiny crystals that we have. And we're going to sprinkle those on and cover the entire nail. It'll give it a textured finish, which I think is pretty cool because it's like a scaled, you know, tail. And because these are transparent, you can see the colour coming through. Now you're going to take a clean brush and press those into that gel. So the reason that we put the Urban Graffiti top coat on is because it has no tacky layer. So when we press this into the Acrygel, it's not going to have a sticky layer, is it? If I just put on Acrygel without the Urban Graffiti top coat, what would happen? It would have a sticky layer and I would have to try and clean that somehow, which would be very difficult. Imagine if I start wiping over all these stones with a lint-free pad, it'll just all get stuck in those sort of, in that textured surface. So make sure you've got an even surface. Haven't got any that are sticking up too much. If they stick up too much, then they're not in the gel. If you see any gaps, you can always add. You know, this isn't going to be setting, so you've got time to move them around and play with them. That looks amazing. I'm going to pop that into the lamp now. So you could just leave it like that, but what we're going to do is add some shells to this design. I'm going to use a small amount of the Urban Graffiti Acrygel. I'm going to place that directly where I want to put my metal pieces. So really press that into those stones. Then we're going to top coat just that little section there. Press the shells in. I'm going to press in some of the micro beads. And cure that. So I'm just going to add a few more just here, just to make it flow, just to add even more interesting, like it's not interesting enough. I'm in love with that. I think I would actually wear that.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. But I'd love to actually wear it.
Imagine somebody with 10 of them.
You'd be able to swim well, wouldn't you? Can you imagine swimming? You'd be like top champion. Do you think maybe that's what the Olympians need to do? Is have these kind of nails on and then they will swim really fast. I don't know if that's cheating. I'm not sure. But there you are, guys. What do you think of my mermaid nail tail?
Mermaid tail nail.
Mermaid tail nail? That's it. I would love to see your recreations of this nail. If you do it, make sure you hashtag Nail Nails and hashtag Kirsty Meakin, hashtag Kirsty Meakin's mermaid tail nail, something like that. And I'll have a little look because I absolutely love seeing your recreations. So please do that. And you can Snapchat me on Kirsty Nails on Snapchat, or you can follow me on Facebook, which is Kirsty Meakin /Nail Nails and Kirsty Meakin /Nail Artist. And you can send me your pictures there as well. And you can send them to the Nail Nails Facebook as well. But yeah, there's lots of different ways to contact you there. Contact us. I'm not going to give you my phone number. Any other ways, Adam?
Yeah, you can print a picture out and put it in your window and we'll see it.
You can send it by carrier pigeon, email. But yeah, have a go and let me know how you get on. All the products of you today will be listed below as they always are. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. I am so hot.
Well,
I am sick of being hot. To call me on my shell phone. Do you know the shell phone? I bet you can't see it so much on here. See, what's missing off the shell phone?
0?
Yeah.
So how are you supposed to ring anybody?
What a rubbish shell phone that is. I feel sorry for the mermaids. Because I think they have shell phones, don't they? The mermaids have shell phones. Like, hey, girlfriends.